Hello.
Top realtor in the market, top 2%. Ladies and gentlemen, 13,000 realtors in the market. We only deal with the best here. So I'm so glad you're with us, Nina.
Thank you, Andy. It's always great to be here.
Good. So we talked about the kind of the rate side and the non-fun side. What's going on? What people really care about is what homes are out there. People want a home. They don't want a mortgage, right? So what's happening in the market today?
Well, everyone's kind of back to school now. People are getting back into their regular routine. So we have seen purchases slow down a little bit, but there's still a lot of buyers in the market. So we still have a lot of demand for homes. Okay. We've seen the supply still kind of slow down a little bit. So we're still looking for a lot of that inventory and a lot of those homes to sell. And a lot of them, when they come on the market, if they show well and if they're priced great, they are usually the ones that are flying off the market and getting offers, and a lot of times multiple offers.
So it's still a competitive enough market where you are seeing multiple offers.
Yeah, depending on the price range, depending on the area, those two factors play into it. But around the 200, 350,000, that tends to be a competitive price range.
Right. Once you get into jumbo above really 500,000-600,000, you start to see a little less competition, but still there.
Yes. And
then the further you go up, it's a little less and a little less.
Yeah, just because your pool of buyers then start to decrease a little bit. So it's a little bit slower, but still a great market out there.
Right. And I heard that the purchase applications were down, and refinance applications too, according to the NBA. But it like you mentioned, a lot of that was the back to school blues and what happens, right? Everybody trying to get settled in and get everything situated, and oh my gosh. But now that's kind of settled down.
Yeah, now that's kind of settled down. What I find when we kind of get into October, November timeframe, the good thing is that even though I tell my clients that the quantity of buyers may fall down, the quality of the buyer goes up. Because the people who are looking around October, November, December, even, I remember last year I was out showing properties Christmas Eve. That's a really motivated buyer because they're out there looking for a home and they need one. So, your showings may go down a little bit, but each one coming through the door is really motivated.
So speaking to sellers very briefly, a lot of them say, oh, my gosh, I better not list my home now because nobody's going to be buying. But you're saying that's not necessarily true?
Right. And so a lot of times people will focus on, well, how many showings am I getting? What's the quantity of people coming through, like I mentioned before?
Not the only factor. Quality is really important.
Exactly. So maybe the quantity will go down, but the quality of each buyer will be coming up, and that's a motivated buyer. So
yeah, I bet it does. Speaking of quality, there are quality buyers. There's also quality sellers and thus quality listings on the market. In fact, you have one of those quality listing steals this week.
I do.
Tell us about it.
It's a beautiful listing that I got, and it's a custom-built property, and it was actually built in 2001, but in 2009, the builder bought it back from the seller at that time and totally redid the property.
Awesome.
So it's very updated, which is beautiful. It is in Starwoods, which is in Frisco. And the unique thing about the Starwoods community is it's actually a guard-gated community, which is great. A lot of communities may be gated, but one that's 24-hour guard-gated is a great asset to have.
That's a great plus, yeah. Absolutely.
And it's on a really great lot as well because it's half an acre, which in Frisco nowadays is hard to find. And it backs onto a creek, so it's got a beautiful view.
So it's got a beautiful view. And what else? And then what's the price point here?
The price point we priced it at is $1.599.
$1.599 for that area. That is a steal. Is that, I would say, depending, I guess, where in Starwoods, is that below a lot of what the other prices are? Is that competitive in that market?
Well, in Starwoods, you have a cross section of properties.
Right.
So you have a lot that are kind of around that 500, 600, but you also have on the other side of it the really higher end homes that are around, the 1 million up. Yeah. And this one is priced quite competitively compared to the other homes that are on the market. Especially
since it's basically, it's a 5-year-old home, because if a builder comes in and remodel that and it's gorgeous, you get the gorgeous remodels, you get the steal of that deal, which is why it is the steal of the week, because in that area, that's a great, great buy. If you're the executive, right, this is like the business owner, the executive, these are the kind of people, this is what you want. You're out there. I know you listen to my show. I work with a lot of you. That is you out there. This is going to be a great deal for you. Where can they go find out more about the property?
You can give me a call for a private showing. My number is 972-834-6146, or you can go to my website, which is www.ninabhanot, NINABHANOT.com.
NinaBhanot.com, and say that number one more time.
972-834-6146.
Okay. Call the number, go to the website. If you missed any of that, go to the Facebook page. We will have the links posted there for you. Thank you, Nina. Would you have one more thing?
I just wanted to mention one more thing. A lot of times in these higher end homes, sometimes the appraisals, you often wonder what they will come in at. But we had the appraisal done for this property, and it's actually priced $75,000 below the appraisal value, which is a steal in this market.
That is a steal, very much in this market when people are paying over list and all that. So this is a great market. You've got a good steal, great property, redone in 2009. Find out more. Thanks, Nina.
Thank you.
All right.